Hi, I'm Mark Tilley from Dirtbike Magazine. Today we're here at the Redbud Track and Trail facility. We're riding the 2023 KTM complete line of competition motorcycles. We're gonna try to get through every one of these bikes, all the SX models, all the XC models that are here four-stroke wise. And then on top of that, we're gonna get a chance to ride the brand new two-stroke motocross models available from KTM with the brand new injection system and all that kind of stuff. So we got a lot of bikes to ride. We got to get out of here. So like we said in the beginning, we're gonna do this video a little bit different. Normally we pick a couple motorcycles out of the group to be able to do in-depth tests, but this time we're riding every single one of these motorcycles today. And we did ride every single one of these motorcycles today, and my body feels it. We got to ride all of the competition models from KTM offered in 2023, all of the four-stroke XC models and the four-stroke SX models, 250, 350, 450 versions, and then we even threw in some brand new prototype two-stroke models in the 125, 250, and 300. The new two-stroke models were really cool. It's brand new technology, no TPI stuff going on here. It's all throttle body, fuel injected, a whole brand new process. Those bikes were a really big surprise right off the bat. They are based off the same chassis as what the factory edition was, and now the 2023 models are all based off of the same chassis platform. 125 was lots of fun to ride. We're sure that when these bikes come out, the bikes will probably have a little bit more power. The 250 and the 300 were impressive power-wise. They don't have your standard, kind of two-stroke carbureted power band where it kind of builds power and then it has a bunch of over rev and traditional two-stroke power band. It's closer to what the traditional two-stroke power band is, and I think the two-stroke faithful are going to really enjoy this motorcycle. There's a lot more adjustment with the electronic power valve and the new fuel injection setup, kind of getting that stuff all finalized. These were the pre-production models that we ran. The chassis setup, the front end was a little bit softer, and sometimes on the East Coast, the front ends, you can set them up a little bit stiffer because they do have softer terrain back here. But overall, like I said, those two strokes, fun to ride. Now, when we transfer over to the four strokes, XC models are basically a version of the SX models. We call them the closed course competition bikes because these are the bikes that will be raced in a work style, a GNCC, a NGPC type off-road racing event that happens on a closed course. Naturally, even some people will buy the XC models to race them at motocross events. No big surprises here on the 250 and 450 platform in either the SX or the XC models. The big news with this launch is the 350. All brand new, comes on the same platform, same frame, same plastics, same styling as the factory edition models, and now the 250 and 450 standard editions for 2023. An all brand new engine coming in the 350 as well. It makes really good power. We noticed that a lot of people are saying that the 450 is almost too much power. Some guys like riding the 450 in the more aggressive position because it kind of broadens the power band out, whereas down low it gives it a little bit too much power right off bottom. But a lot of people have commented saying that the 450 is a little bit too much power. On the XC model, riding that bike off-road, it is a handful off-road. Even though it is kind of tamed down, it does have softer suspension, it has the different maps that are available in it, and then you can program them to be even softer on top of that. An 18-inch rear wheel, Dunlop AT81 tires, and a larger tank on the XC models than what comes on the SX model. But the 450 is a handful off-road, especially in the tight woods like what you're seeing in this video today. Whereas on the 250 model, a lot of people are saying how good it is and how it relates to being able to ride off-road, but still works really well on the track. The bike is fast as well. The 350, its own animal now. It has its own engine characteristics, not like a 450. It's not revvy like a 250. It does make really good power, really good usable power all throughout the power curve. These chassis, because they are brand new motorcycles, they are a little stiff, and these bikes do take a little bit of time to break in. About the 4 or 5 hour mark is the sweet spot spot to get the flex out of the bike. And we are noticing a lot, especially on the 350, the bike isn't squatting, just like on the 250 and the 450 models as well. There is a huge difference between the maps, just like its 250 and 450 brother. A lot of stuff that we like about this motorcycle, like we said, a little bit on maybe the stiff side to begin with. Hopefully that will break in a little bit more, but so because we did have the motocross models and the off-road models, the track here at Redbud is an amazing track, but we did have the XC models here as well. We had the 250, 350, and 450 models, and we had to find some off-road trails. We were one of the only publications to actually get out and ride off-road and find some off-road trails here. The family was nice enough to let us get into some new areas in the woods around the track that haven't been touched yet. So that was kind of nice. 450, a little bit in the tight wooded sections, a lot to handle, maybe a little bit too much to handle for the average guy. The 250 works really well. It's a fun bike to ride. You got to rev it a little bit off-road. Kind of feels like you're going fast. The new chassis off-road, we're gonna need to give it some time to break in because it does have a little bit more of a stiff feeling all the way around. Even though the suspension settings are on the softer side than what the motocross settings are. So it is gonna take a little bit of time to break those frames in and get maybe a plusher feel all the way around. The 350 now off-road is almost the perfect size motorcycle for the tight woods that we're running around here, going in and out of trees. The 350 was just a great motorcycle to ride. Not sure if it was the fact that we weren't trying to muscle it around. We kind of were able to use the power, but the new 350 engine produces really good usable power down low and then kind of carries that power all throughout the power curve. Again, like we said, the bike does feel a little bit stiff off-road. So we're gonna do some suspension testing and stuff once we get the bikes back into areas where we're familiar. The one thing we did notice on the 350, it did some popping on deceleration, but a little bit of maybe a lean pop in there. And it did it not only on the XC model, but it also did it on the SX model. So we noticed it in the morning on the track, and then when we went off into the woods in the afternoon, we noticed it as well. Didn't really hinder any of the performance of the engine, but it was something that we noticed, and something that will be addressed at a later date. We do like all the controls being streamlined. Everything has its purpose, everything has its place on where it goes. There isn't really anything to kind of hang off the side to grab stuff when you're in the woods. The handguards work great. KTM is one of the manufacturers that has handguards that come stock on their motorcycle, and they're really high quality handguards. Overall, the XC line now on the new platform, it's going to take some testing to get it all dialed in, but we're also excited. The brand new XC two-stroke line is coming, should be out later on this year. We didn't have a chance to ride them here, the bikes weren't here, but we're really excited to see how those will work off-road because we did like the motocross models. So overall, there's lots of stuff to look forward to in the KTM lineup for closed course competition motorcycles for 2023. Lots of positives and lots of new stuff to be tested. A couple things to take away from this event: no matter what bike we were on today, whether it's the SX model or a XC model, suspension wise and handling wise, everything is stiffer all the way around. And then when it comes to performance wise, the bikes all seem to have more performance than last year. So after riding 9 2023 motorcycles today, it seems like the theme for KTM moving into 2023 is more engine performance and a stiffer chassis all the way around. That might be exactly what you're looking for. It might not be exactly what you're looking for. We can't wait to get these motorcycles in our hands and start testing on them. Stay tuned to dirtbikemagazine.com for the latest off-road industry news, and for a complete overview of this event, check out an upcoming issue of Dirtbike Magazine. And as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay up to date with all of our latest releases.